Hai semuanya, welcome back di YouTube channel saya, Behind the Chef. Di episode sebelumnya, kalian lihat masakan Jerman di dapur Paulaner. Hari ini saya dengan GM-nya, Pak Harald. Kita akan ngomong soal masakan Jerman dan soal budayanya. Harald, wie geht's?
Ausgezeichnet. Freut mich, dass du hier bist.
Dankeschön. Barusan aku tanya gimana kabarnya. So, today we're gonna talk about German food and the culture behind German food, right?
Absolutely right. Yes.
Because many of our viewers or many Indonesians, they know about German food, but I think that a lot of them know just about the surface of German food.
Yeah.
But now I would like to talk to you a bit about the culture, about various dishes, and you were also chef before, right?
Correct, yes.
So he is the right man to ask. First, I want to ask you, what is your favorite food? German food.
My favorite German food is actually very simple. I love sausages. I come from the north of Bavaria. We grow up with sausages. It's part of our culture. We're famous for that, like the white sausages, the Nuremberger sausages, so quite a lot around. It's very globally what people enjoy.
Yes.
And then I love food cooked by my mama, you know, she does beautiful soups, very, very simple. And the special dish when I come home, she always makes roulades for me. Beef roulade with a bread dumpling.
Oh,
it's a nice, but made in a cloth.
Serviettenknödel.
I love it, it's beautiful. And I get this only at home the way she does it. Yeah, you don't find it on the menu like that.
When your mom, obviously how I hear it here, your mom likes to cook and you like her food, right?
Correct,
so, did you also learn some cooking from her?
I definitely learned some cooking for her, you know. I loved creamy spinach as a child.
Okay.
And
Spiegelei.
With spiegelei and potatoes, and I'm maybe one of these few childs who could eat mountains of it.
Oh, wow.
And usually children
they don't like it. Usually they don't like it.
But the way she did the spinach, you know, fresh chopped, and then she added a little bit of nutmeg, the garlic, a bit of stock. So the whole flavor was beautiful. I definitely learned a lot of touches what I used afterwards as well during my own cooking.
You know, you just touched base on the white sausage, the Weißwurst. A lot of our viewers have seen it. I guess they also ate it. But tell us about it, because there is a tradition how to eat it and where it comes from, right?
Maybe it's a long story, so I hope we have a lot of time now.
Tell us.
Yeah, there's white sausage. It's very different than most other sausages. First of all, it's boiled and not grilled.
Yes.
Or fried.
Yes.
It's a veal sausage.
Yes.
Traditionally, so hence the color, the white color.
Yes.
And it has parsley inside traditionally. Without parsley, not boiled, not a white sausage. It comes from Munich, south of Bavaria.
Yes.
There's a special way to eat the sausage, because most people would take it now, the fork, knife, and eat it. And in Bavaria we say, you know, that the Preußen, die essen die Wurst falsch. They eat the sausage wrong. And there's a river in Bavaria, the Donau, the Danube.
Yes.
And we say everybody north of the Danube, it's north of the white sausage equator.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so again we create our own little world.
Very traditional.
Yeah, very traditional. And then you eat the sausage by the hand,
Okay.
And you don't eat the skin. So what you do is, ideally, the sausage needs to be eaten before 12 o'clock in Munich, before the church bell rings.
Listen to this. Repeat.
Yeah, so you eat the sausage before 12 o'clock. As soon as the church bells ring 12 o'clock, it's off the menu. You order the sausage after 12 o'clock, they will immediately know you're not a Bavarian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dengar ya? That's interesting.
And then traditionally, the white sausage, the best way to do it is once you come home from the bar or the nightclub. Yeah, in the morning at 3, 4, 5, you know, when the butchers make the sausages free from the big pot, fresh. Yeah, you get the sausage freshly boiled from the pot at 5. You have a wheat beer, you eat the sausage, and I don't know if I can show you now,
You can show it us now.
Yeah, look. Usually you put the sausage, into the important is the sweet mustard, it's not a spicy mustard, and then you would call it Zutzel, so you're not eating the skin.
Look.
So you just squeeze it out from the skin so the skin is left.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how you recognize a true Bavarian, how he eats the sausage.
So you suck actually the filling out of the skin, right?
You don't cut it. There is the version for the people north of the sausage equator, of the white sausage equator, that you would take the knife and you would cut it,
Cut it open.
Yeah, it's a bit more elegant, and you could use the hands or the fork, and you take the skin off, and then you dip it into the the sweet mustard,
and then you eat it.
And then you eat it.
So you don't eat the skin.
You don't eat the skin.
So I'm predicting that soon a lot of customers here at the Paulaner will start to eat the sausage without the skin.
I'm looking forward to. Yeah, we can do as well at 5 in the morning a special white sausage breakfast, and it's called a Weißwurstfrühstück. Yeah, with the beer and the sausage. Yeah, and then the Bresel, which is as well a very traditional bread in Bavaria.
Yes.
So we can do really something special here. Yeah, and people can enjoy some Bavarian traditions.
Excellent. We're looking forward to that one. Yeah. So now another one, we have the Schnitzel. Schnitzel is very German.
It's very German as well. It's all over Germany, but of course very famous in South Bavaria.
Yes.
Yeah. The name, of course, Wiener Schnitzel tells us it's not been born in Bavaria. The Schnitzel, so it's in Austria, but our neighbors, very very close. But a very famous dish as well, traditionally made from veal, not from pork.
Yes.
I think pork is a bit more historically affordable version.
Yes.
Yeah, traditionally made from a veal, a nice white meat. And it's breaded with breadcrumbs. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think the invention came really from what to do with your old bread, your leftovers, which dry out. And then you grate them, you grind them to have breadcrumbs, and then you put your schnitzel first a bit into flour, then you cover it with eggs, and then into the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, Chef William showed us that last time, right?
Yeah, and then there's an important way as well how to fry the schnitzel. Yeah, you pan fry, you don't deep fry. Big no-go. Yeah, in the deep fryer. And then you use clarified butter.
Yes.
Yeah? Like ghee, you would call it here.
That was done also in your kitchen.
And the schnitzel, you always say it needs to swim.
Yes.
In the butter.
Exactly.
Yeah, it needs to swim in there, and you move it so that you can see this here quite nice on the schnitzel. That the bread crust, the skin, the crust need to go off the meat. You need to bubble. Yeah, and then you nicely move it into the pan, the schnitzel, and then you traditionally have it with fried potatoes.
Then explain to us. I mean, schnitzel. Earlier you were saying about Jäger schnitzel, right? Explain to us. Schnitzel comes in different ways. There are schnitzel that are panat with the breadcrumb, and there are schnitzel without the breadcrumb, right?
Yes, absolutely right.
Okay.
Schnitzel is a little bit, I think, like a sausage.
Yes.
It comes in 1,000 ways, and you go from village to village. You have a different sausage, different flavor, and so also with the schnitzel. You have schnitzel in breaded, is it, or natur?
Natural,
natur
without
schnitzel.
breadcrumb.
Without breadcrumbs. And then you have different sauces with it. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can have as well with or without breadcrumbs. There's no right and no wrong.
Yes.
It really depends from which part you come from. Yeah.
True.
Some say it's only like this. The next village say no. We do with. Yeah. But you say Jäger Schnitzel, Hunter Schnitzel. It's comes with the mushrooms, mushroom sauce, a creamy mushroom sauce. Yes. Of course, mushrooms, forest, wood, hunter, so the whole connection is there. Then you have a Zigeuner Schnitzel, which is made with peppers, the spices, as well.
Gypsy style.
Tomato, gypsy style, with ketchup and tomatoes.
Paprika, right?
Pariser Schnitzel, when you put the eggs on top, so there are really different varieties and garnishes about the whole experience. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess you guys need to Google that. Jadi cari di Google schnitzel, macam-macam caranya, macam-macam versinya. So that's interesting about schnitzel. I guess a lot of people will have a look at varieties of schnitzel. But I see this one is with sauteed potatoes, Bratkartoffeln. But it can also be served with other things, right?
It can also be served with French fries. Very traditional things to do. Or you do. You can make a sandwich, make a schnitzel sandwich. You just take a bread roll you can get here. You cut a schnitzel in and you eat it for the go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or you could use as well Spätzle if you make, let's say, a Naturschnitzel. If you go to the more Swabian area, you get the Schwäbisch, they gratinate the Naturschnitzel with cheese, or serve it with the Spätzle.
Now you're talking about Spätzle. Tell us about Spätzle. Now we have here the cheese, the Käsespätzle. What do you call it in Bavaria? What do you?
Karspatzen.
Karspatzen.
Yeah.
Different word, ne? Karspatzen.
Yeah,
so tell us a bit about Spätzle. There are also various versions of how to make Spätzle, right?
There are various versions how to make Spätzle. Definitely. There's two famous ones. And Spätzle comes really more again from the southwest Swabia. Swabia is well one part of Bavaria.
Yeah.
And you have two versions. Either this one's called Knöpfle.
Yes.
Yeah, like little buttons.
Yes.
Or you have shaved ones.
Yes.
Yeah. You have Deutsch handgeschabt, vom Brett geschabt. Yeah. Where you have, like here, our wooden board. You put the dough and you have a spatula, and then you shave them into the boiling water.
How did you learn your Spätzle? You did
both ways.
Both ways.
My mother at home did it this way. I love it as a child.
Yeah.
Actually, like this here, you know, the spätzle, and then I didn't make the cheese sauce so much because sometimes I don't like if people put in too much cream.
Okay.
Or they use cream or so. Yeah, I really enjoyed it more the way that I used the spätzle, and then I used some nice Bergkäse, mountain cheese, like an Appenzeller or something like this. And we put the spätzle and then the cheese as well as some brown butter, spätzle cheese, brown butter, then gratinated.
Getting hungry, man.
Yes, me too.
Getting hungry.
Yeah, but it's massive, the flavors, you know, what you have with the nutty flavor of the butter, the cheese, and this Swabian noodles, as we call them in English. And that's how I learned. Yeah. And then, of course, when I was an apprentice in the kitchen, we made a shaved version, you know, to make them more elegant and long. And you were standing there on the board over the water. So that's the two traditional ways of making the spätzle. And then, again, depending a bit from where you go, and it's a very nice dish as well when you go in the winter to the mountains for skiing. Very hearty dish. Yeah, and then depends. You can vary with the cheeses.
Yes, that's true.
To get it a bit more stronger,
strong
more
one,
less flavor.
Mild one, Nah, kalian lihat ya, spätzle aja yang seperti ini kan sebenarnya noodle dish ya atau mie ya, sejenis mie. Ini aja banyak variasinya dan banyak caranya untuk membuatnya. Okay, I'm just explaining basically what you just explained in a shorter way. Yes. And my eyes go now to the broadside. Broadside. Yeah. Explain to us what's broadside.
It's difficult to explain, I think, broadside. If you don't know it, I noticed from my own wife, she's not German, and when I told her in the evening, because in Germany usually traditionally, at least Bavaria, we don't eat warm in the evening. You have one warm meal, which is your lunch.
Exactly.
So, but in the evening you usually make broadside. Or sometimes during the day. You know, it's like you have a snack. You call it broadside, bread time.
Yes.
So you have, of course, your selection of what we have is we have different breads, brezel, rolls, and all kind of things. And then you have depending on the region where you come from, because our so-called cold cuts are, of course, boiled hams, cooked hams, smoked, not smoked, different aged. And then you have a lot of processed meats, you know, like the Bierschenken, the Lione, Gelbwurst, etc. So there's so many different varieties if you go into a butchery that you can get wild. You know, if you have hundreds, maybe the kinds of sausage available for cold cuts. And, and that's what we traditionally did. You know, you have your bread, you have some ham or cheese on it. You put some bread, butter on the bread. Put the cold cut on and eat it. And then of course you have some cheese as well. Especially again in the mountain areas, you get a bit more cheese and some pickles with it. To refresh it a little bit. And that's a little bit the thing behind the broadside. And we do this as well when you go into the beer garden in the summer.
Exactly.
It's when it's hot outside.
Exactly.
We like to eat cold dishes.
You don't want to have something heavy and hot one, right? Because it's already hot.
So you take the bread, you put on what you like,
and a nice refreshing beer or radler, right?
Beer has to be there, definitely, or radler if you need to. You need to drive.
Earlier, you were explaining to me in the kitchen, in the area where you grew up.
Correct.
They have also a special sausage. Tell us about it.
Correct. I said it before. I come from Kulmbach, in the very north of Bavaria, Oberfranken, and we have a Kulmbacher Bratwurst, Kulmbacher roast sausage, and that's compared to most sausage which you buy boiled already, or smoked. It's a raw sausage. It's a fine raw veal sausage as well, which goes raw onto the barbecue.
Okay.
Or it's boiled. Similar to a stock like this, but it's a sour stock, kind of sweet and sour. So you use water, a lot of onions, vinegar.
Oh, you use vinegar?
Juniper berries, bay leaf, a bit of clove.
Okay.
And then you put the sausage in.
Yes.
And you slowly simmer it in there, and then we call it blaue Zipfel.
Okay. Like how do you explain it?
Blaue Zipfel. I don't know.
Zipfel is like ujungnya dari pohon cemara, dari daunnya ujungnya itu istilahnya Zipfel itu. Blau is blue.
And from the stock, what you get from the vinegar water, from the stock you boil it in, the sausage, the white veal sausage, gets a light blue color.
Okay.
Similar like when you make a Forelle Blau.
Okay.
So, and that's why they call it blaue Zipfel.
Okay. I think it has to be tried when I'm next in Germany. So, last thing what I want to ask you is actually tell us what you remember from your childhood. You know, you grew up in a part of Bavaria, right? Yeah. What is the things that a typical day, the things that you earlier said what your mom liked to cook or what would you like to eat, but tell us what would happen when I come to your place, and in the morning what did you guys had at that time for breakfast, what did you guys had for lunch, and how did you guys end up your broadside, and what would you like to see actually in Paulaner? that is typical German.
I think what we have shown here is all on our menu. That's what
Excellent.
we serve, you know. That's what I like to see. I like to see beautiful sausages, the cheese beds, the schnitzel, nice roasted meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I really want to see. And for me, something what I love is this brezel.
Brezel, okay.
Yeah, what you have here.
Yeah.
I had this as a child. You know, we grew up with it. As small as we are, sometimes you don't get a dummy into your mouth. You get a brezel for the road. You can put into. Yeah, and so as well, you're not hungry. Yeah, you have the sweet mustard, and you can take it to the school. You know, you put it into your school bag when you go.
True, yeah.
Yeah, so when you're hungry, you have something. And the way it's made, it's so special. You only get this in Germany, in
Yes,
Bavaria.
true, yeah.
It's traditionally made, as you can see, as a knot. Yeah, and it's before it's baked, it goes into a soda base. Yeah,
Yes.
it goes into the bath quickly into the soda bath before it goes into the oven being baked, and it's a bit salty. And you can do a lot. You can see as well here the rolls we do. You can put as well croissants inside and different things to make the Laugen croissants beautiful. Yeah. Or you can gratinate this with cheese, make Käsebrezel and cheese brezel. Yeah. That's what I really would like to see here, and that's what we stand for. You know, to have a very rustic and the hearty, traditional cuisine here in the kitchen.
One more thing I remember, you guys here are actually very famous for your Oktoberfest.
Correct.
Right? We would like to tell about the special things you have in Paulaner, and what I heard from friends is your Oktoberfest is pretty much the thing.
Our Oktoberfest is definitely as well an institution here, and the event what we do of the year in Paulaner and in town. Of course, it comes again from Munich.
Yes.
It's globally famous Oktoberfest, you know, and for me impressive.
Yeah.
If you see tent after tent with 10,000 people, unfortunately or fortunately, I would say, only big glasses, 1 liter glasses, not the smaller version of what we have here, the half liter. So you only drink the big glasses, and that's Oktoberfest, you know.
Exactly.
And to have this, and to have the music, you have the ladies, you know, all big ladies
Carrying
who have
all
the
this,
10 liters
mugs,
or
the
5,
big
6,
mugs,
7 mugs in one hand. Yeah, carrying them out to the people, and it's a massive fest, you know, where everybody comes together, enjoys the autumn, drinks beer, has nice food with it. Very famous is the Wiesenhändel.
Yes.
So
roasted chicken.
yeah, so Oktoberfest, it started on a lawn, Wiesen, the name Wiesen, and it's a very famous chicken, which is stuffed with parsley, and it's then nicely rotating on the grill. So that's something you have to have, you know, a mass of beer and your Wiesenhändel. That's what we will do here as well. We have as well Liter and Max here. For the ones who want to have the real experience, and then we see how many they can handle to survive and to have this Oktoberfest experience the next day.
And you know what I'm very surprised of was, I remember when I grew up in Germany at a long time ago in the 70s and the 80s, young people didn't really went out and wear traditional clothing, right?
Yeah.
But now, since the Oktoberfest is very famous again, you know, that fashion came back, and I see whenever we are back in September, when I'm in September in Germany, I see when there are Oktoberfest, I see so many young people wearing dirndl, they're wearing the leather shorts, the leather pants, and the tradition comes back, you know. And I think, because I'm come from a culture, we are in Indonesia, we do a lot about tradition, and there's so many different cultures in our country, and people are very proud to wear the traditional outfit, right? But I see this now in Germany with the young people, and I'm very surprised and positively surprised that happened, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this feasts have an impact on it, and we can see this in a lot of areas that historical things are coming back and are reintroduced. And for me personally, I'm traveling since 20 years around the world in different countries. I love to get to know and feel the traditions, local traditions, and they have to be treated traditions. And myself as a child, I grew up in short leather trousers, and I think for the parents it's easy because you can't destroy them.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you fall
don't
left,
need to clean
you
them.
fall left, right, you don't clean. Yeah, that's the thing. You never wash them.
Yes,
They
exactly.
are as they are. So your life is on the trousers.
Exactly. That's true.
And from one perspective, they're comfortable. Yeah. And
Yes,
I think
true.
so, so even if you have, it's nice to see. And I bought as well for my children some when we were at home. And the dinner, it makes it really cute.
Yes, it does. Yeah, with
It's
all the
something-
different styles and colors, right?
It is.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
And I think it's a beautiful experience when you go to an Oktoberfest and you have people to embrace these traditions. Yeah, and everybody is dressing up and you enjoy together. You drink your beer and then you have the music, and it's nice.
What a nice comment to close this conversation. Thank you very much, Harald.
Thank you.
Saya Chef Degan. dan Pak Harald. We are out. Prost.
Prost.